So first things first, I know that it's been a criticism I could have talked about, but Critters are considered a ripoff of Gremlins. I don't see it. Gremlins are similar, but not that much. Like Critters come from space. They're these really sadistic creatures. At least in the first movie, um, they can grow bigger and bigger. And Gremlins have like a lot of rules. Like you can't feed them after midnight. They can't go in the sun, I believe. It's been a while since I've seen Gremlins. Like, I don't think they're similar. I don't think they're knockoffs. And as much as I love the Gremlins movies, I probably like them better than the Critters movies. I think Critters look cooler. They're at their coolest in this movie, at least design wise. Um, this movie tries to make you think it's gonna kill the kid again. The sequel did that. Um, where a little baby critter is about to attack this little girl while her foot's hanging off the bed, but her dad accidentally steps on it and thinks it's candy. He's like, "Oh, your Easter candy is pretty gross." He doesn't even realize he killed a critter. So in this movie, a critter like tries to run at one of the people, and Charlie jumps at it and knocks it off a roof, and it gets impaled. This movie's only got two kills for people anyway. Um, and they're both assholes. There's Frank and then Leonardo DiCaprio's dad, who plays a asshole landlord. They are literally the only human kills. So there isn't really much stakes in this movie. Hell, the critters aren't even near the people most of the time. Like they're hiding in a vent. This is by far the most comedic out of the three. Like I get that they were more comedic movies, but I thought they blended horror and comedy really well in the first two movies. Meanwhile, this one's just stupid. Now, I'm sorry to say. There's like fart jokes and other dumb stuff, and acting with a lot of the characters isn't great. The characters aren't great. Nothing about this movie is really good besides the critter designs. Because I think they look the best in this movie. They look really good. Can't stress that enough. Uh, the dad's a real shitbag. His daughter tries to tell him, hey, we should play some games instead of watching TV because his TV's broken. And he's like, nah, give me your TV, your battery TV. Which I didn't even know that was a thing. Lots of jokes in this movie. Like there's a bowling joke, there's critters watching TV joke, just jokes after jokes. A lot of them aren't funny. Some of them are. Characters are once again, like I said, they're just so weak. I don't care about any of these characters. Yet none of them die. Um, the critters, some of them get decent deaths, but none of them are as cool as the other ones. But I get it. They were working on a low budget. They filmed the third and the fourth one back to back. It's just not great. I honestly don't know what to talk about this movie because there's not that much to talk about. It's a family that the dad isn't, the greatest person, and then at the end of the movie, he decides to spend more time with his family. He's barely a character. He spends the most of the movie like drugged from the critters porcupine quill or whatever. He only shows up to like save his son near the end of the movie. His son, I forgot he was in the movie most of the time. I think his name was like Johnny or something. I literally just finished this movie and I don't even remember that kid's name. It's like Annie and Josh and Charlie. Charlie shows up at the beginning of the movie and he isn't in the rest of the movie until like the hour mark, which I'm fine with that because I don't exactly love his character. I don't hate it, but his character is just whatever. And then the ending's by far the worst part. They tell us, oh, the critters are extinct, so you can't kill these eggs, Charlie. And Ugg makes like a small cameo, and it's like a to be continued. But the ending is just really, really stupid because they start showing us some credits and they do a freeze frame, and you think, oh, the movie's over. But then they start playing another clip. Then they start showing some credits of doing a freeze frame. And they do that at least 6 times, and it really takes you out of it. Like, no, I don't give a fuck about what this movie has to say when they're constantly stopping it. Just not a great movie. Too comedic. The kills aren't the greatest. And the characters suck. You can make a good low-budget movie. And unfortunately, at least in my opinion, this was not a good movie. I'm hoping the fourth one's better. And I do want to talk about one thing, though. They are keeping the thing that they established in the second movie, that these critters like to eat. Charlie says that. That they just love to eat. They can't stop doing that. That really wasn't a thing in the first movie. In the first movie, they were just asshole creatures that were terrorizing one family. And the family had to try their best to survive. It was in the sequel where they gave him the whole eating thing. And I guess they're continuing that. I liked him more in the first movie, but I liked the second movie better. And this movie, I don't know. Didn't really like it.